Hello guys. So after making a rather opinionated video, I thought it'd only be right to make a more educational one for you guys. More factual video, I guess. I'm going to be explaining the reasons why Trump's economic policy is terrible. Let's go. First of all, I want to give you guys a very quick explanation about what we can do to change the economy. So we can either use fiscal or monetary policy to deal with it, by either spurring it or slowing it down. Monetary policy is implemented by the Federal Reserve, also known as the Fed. They can use it to stimulate the economy or check its growth. Fiscal policy is implemented by the executive and legislative branches. It can do the same thing as monetary policy by changing taxation and spending. You can either use expansionary fiscal policy, increase spending, decrease taxes, or contractionary fiscal policy, decrease spending, increase taxes. Because we are a free market economy, we run on a business cycle, which means we have recessions and expansions. Please note, I'm assuming no matter what that we use Keynesian economics, since it's more popular these days. This means the government will interfere in the economy during certain points to help it, of course. You could use expansionary fiscal policy to stimulate the economy and try to get out of a recession. You use contractionary policy to slow the economy down. Okay, with all that out of the way, I'll explain what's going on with Trump currently. As I mentioned, a president can either promote contractionary fiscal policy or expansionary fiscal policy. Trump is using expansionary fiscal policy. He's increasing spending while decreasing taxes. This all sounds good in hindsight, but due to the way our economy works, it will actually have a negative effect on the economy. It'll help us in the short run, but in the long run, it can have detrimental effects on the economy. I said it wrong. Fuck it. This will inevitably push us towards recession at an accelerated rate, actually. This will also theoretically push us into debt, which we are getting pushed into debt even more. We will increase our national debt by $1 trillion just because of Trump's tax plan, which, by the way, leads to even higher taxes in the future to compensate for this increase in debt. Last year, the Federal Reserve, the Fed, announced it's going to increase interest rates because the economy is doing well. Actually, they didn't say it's doing well, but that's why they do it, because of the way the economy works, of course. And they need to check its growth. That's why. However, the president doesn't like this, and he said he doesn't want them to do it, even though the Fed is separate from the government. They're completely separate and aren't supposed to be political. This shows us just how little Trump actually knows about politics, which is dangerous since people still believe he knows how the economy works. Also, he has a terrible economic advisor. Actually, most of his advisors are pretty useless these days, actually. If Trump wanted to do what's best, he would decrease spending and increase taxes. This would be implementing contractionary fiscal policy. This might not come off great, which it doesn't when it's implemented, but is necessary in our modern day economy right now at this point. However, this will never happen because a lot of people know nothing about economics. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Just saying. I know more about economics than him and quite a few conservatives, and I've taken one semester of AP Macroeconomics. This, of course, isn't people's fault. It's just we don't require it to everyone. It would be better if people are more educated on matters such as the economy to understand how it works and why policy is implemented when it is. There's one more thing I want to mention. This isn't just what Trump's done. Okay? I'm not just pushing this on Trump. It's just he's the current president, and so he's the only person I can put it on because it's the president. It's something most politicians do, actually. They push for whatever's popular with their base, even if it's not the best decision for the economy. But it looks good, so they do it. This actually creates a cycle where a Republican president comes in, hurts the economy due to incorrect economic policy, then a Democrat comes in, implements the correct one, but because it's less popular, people voted against them. And the cycle repeats because we need the right economic policy, but it's just not used at the right time. Ignorance isn't bliss, I'm sorry. For example, Obama increased taxes, which people didn't like. So Trump decreased taxes because people like that. This looks obvious. Obama wanted your money and Trump doesn't. But it's so much more complicated than that. It's down to the root of how our economy works. So what's caused this issue to occur? Well, there's a lot of culprits, actually. In recent years, we've been prioritizing politics over what's best. And we've been really going into, we need to put a lot of work into the economy. Well, the economy is doing very well, and really we don't need to mess with it much, except for when the Fed needs to, for example. The Federal Reserve is in charge of the economy. That's their job. They change interest rates and such to deal with the economy. Now, the president, of course, can implement whatever economic policy he wants, and that often happens. However, it shouldn't be simply what supporters want. Now, that's one of the big issues that's going on. Presidents focus so much on winning a next term that it doesn't matter what they do as long as it works well with their base, even if they know it's not the best thing to do. Except I'm not too sure if president actually knows that's not the best thing to do, because his economic advisor isn't good. And that's another issue we have right now. We have a bad economic advisor. We have bad advisors in general. And those are the people who are supposed to give information to the president of the United States. And he's putting out very good people in charge, and that's the issue. That's where all of his information comes from, is from these advisors. And so when he's put these terrible people in place, it just works so long with them, it doesn't do much. They're just going to constantly agree with him and give him all the information he's fed to keep his policies going, to keep them looking good. And it's dumb. It's dumb. Now, there's so many issues that have caused this. Ignorance is another one, I guess. Let me just end it with that. That's my reasons why. I know it sounds dumb to put ignorance into this, but it is true. Now, it's not anyone's fault. It's an undereducation that's been going on in recent years. It's people wanting to spread their opinions and make it seem as if their agenda is the best, even if it's flawed. And so we should really focus more on educating ourselves on certain issues. If we can educate ourselves, we can educate others, and hopefully lead to a better future. Also, last thing I want to mention here, please, the economy isn't super important. We're at the best point it's ever been in history. Why do people care so much about it when it's so good right now? Let's just let it do its thing. Not deal with it, let it go, let the Fed deal with it, and just focus on everything else in this country. There's a lot of problems that need fixed, and we should focus on those, not on what's doing well already and doesn't need to be dealt with. Okay, to finish off this video, I want to give you a quick personal message of mine to all of you who are still watching, which probably isn't anyone, because I'm a boring ass bitch. Please try to research certain topics so that when you vote or cooperate in the political process or argue or whatever, you will know what the politicians are doing and what you're arguing for or against. And you need to explain yourself and give evidence to back yourself up. Oh, and please, no matter who you are, if you're over the age of 18, please vote in every national election. I guess in every election, in any way. Use your right to vote. It will show you're American. Show you care about your country. No matter who you are, the policies will affect you eventually in some way, shape, or form. So put your opinions to the test by researching them and then using your opinions to vote for who you feel represents you personally. Whether it's Republican, whether it's Democrat, whether it's some independent or some libertarian, whoever it is, just use your right to vote. You're an American. You have the right to express your opinions by cooperating in this political process. As flawed as it is, you still should use your right to cooperate and help your nation. And with that, I can now end the video. I feel like it's long enough. Kind of had to add a little part in there just to extend it, but now we're good. We're long enough. Thank you for watching the video, of course. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I try to keep this as factual as possible. I did put my opinions in here a little bit because I wanted to show you that this current president is doing this. It's not just something that's happened. It's something that is being done right now at this moment that will affect every single living person in America. You will be affected. So please, in 2020, go out and vote. Go out and show you care about the country. Get rid of Trump if you don't like him. Vote for him if you do. I disagree with you, but please just use your right to vote. I know I'm not even near election time, but we're so close to it. It's next year. It's going to be a little more than 1 year. So when the time comes, go out and vote, okay? Learn more in the meantime. Learn about economics. Just look at all of the articles out there about the economy. Just educate yourself on topics such as the economy. Please, if you're still watching, have a good day. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to have more videos like this that are very educational in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.